It's England v Spain and all the action after this short break. A battle in store. England have a winning record against Spain, but that was partly built up before Spain's football gains. England are now facing the best ever incarnation of the Iberians. The high bar set by Canada is not about to get much lower. Referee today, Iuliana Dimitrescu from Romania. For this blockbuster contest. And all the players take the knee. A lovely reception, Carrow Road, taking note of the message. No room for discrimination of all kinds. Well, away we go at Carrow Road. The Lionesses against La Roja. And looking to immediately be on the front foot. Emma, you laid out pre-match how these sides would play. Just reiterate again how you expect this one to play out.
Well, we've seen that over the past 12 months, the Spanish team has averaged the football 70% of the time. So it will be a counter-attacking game for England.
And already getting forward with Bronze in towards Paris. It's flicked up onto her hand. Take a look at the shape of this England midfield. Nobbs can't get on the end of that. Spain will start their passing. Don't need me to tell you, they like to keep the ball.
Well, you can see that. You can see already England set up in a 4-2-3-1. And they've got Stanway and Scott protecting the central area. It's going to be crucial for them because Hermoso plays in the false 9 position. He has a particular interest to play down this left-hand side. And that's where I think Spain could become dominant today. Overloads with Putellas, Hermoso drifting into the inside spaces.
And Badje, who often plays at right back but can play in both positions, she's been moved across to left back for this one to accommodate Sheila Garcia on the opposite side, who usually plays her football in forward areas for Atletico Madrid. Is Mapi Leon, one of the Barcelona presence in this Spain team. Hermoso looking for Garcia. And the first chance there for Jess Carter to stretch her legs in defence.
Well, that's what I've come to see from Carter, especially over the course of this year. But you see already Hermoso peeling off onto Lucy Bronze's side, just taking up that little bit of space in front. It's an area where she can be so dominant as a right-footed player, looking for passes in behind. I think Putellas in particular is going to be important for her.
Here is Putellas, looking to help that onto Lucia Garcia. Slipping in and looking for that pass to Hermoso, but Lucia Garcia came off the bench to replace Caldente, after which she went off injured. Starting today. Zivana, another of the changes. Real Madrid centre-back. El Clasico centre-back pairing for Spain today.
Well, one thing you will see throughout this game is a feature of Spain's build-up play, is that Patry in midfield will look to come and join the centre-back pairing, sometimes to build as a 3. Most of the time they're trying to do that to draw an extra player out in midfield, but I can see the way Stanway and Scott are set up. They're sitting in the spaces, protecting areas where Hermoso drops into.
So Spain making those changes from the last game, but that core Barcelona trio is still intact. Fundamental to the way they play, and here's one of them, Tana Bonmati. Forced back there by Jordan Nobbs. Sheila Garcia. It's Patry Ihara. Putellas. They don't have to fight each other, but England harrying them there, giving them any time on the ball.
Well, that's the thing, you can't. They've got the most perfectly balanced midfield. You've got Patry at the base of that. She recorded 19 passes into the final third against Germany. And what you have alongside her, Bonmati, probably one of the best dribblers in world football. And with Putellas in and around the box, she makes the most number of passes into the penalty area from anyone across Europe.
On England being pressed hard here and losing it. Stanway caught in possession. Badje. Lamosa inside on Mati. Putellas runs in the way. Garcia couldn't pick out Putellas. A good position there. Badje. Leon likes to step in, build from the back there. Badje need to link up, and Bronze can't get there. Here's Badje going for the shot. It's going to break to Garcia. Inside it goes. England get it away in the end, and needed that free kick there, Paris. You can see when they lose the ball.
Spain's high ball recoveries are exceptional. They really are. The best, I think, in world football at doing that, and England have to be cautious when you build out in these areas. Any turnover, I think Spain are very, very clinical.
Push again with England on the ball with Greenwood. There were 2 survivors from the Canada game. That was a strong challenge from Ivana, and an unfair one in the end on Ellen White, leading the line for England again.
I do think it's a smart tactic from England to skip the 2 midfielders out and play to Ellen White, who naturally comes into that false 9 position, because otherwise they're going to be forced into long ball situations.
Ellen White, the record breaker for England in that game against Latvia, the all-time greatest goal scorer for the Lionesses. Jay cutting out the pass to Bronze. Badje, Manchester United fullback. There's Jess Carter. Greenwood into White. Stanway. England have worked this well. Mead. Nobbs breaking forward. Plenty forward here, England, with it comes to an end. Jordan Nobbs is going to get the ball back again here and help it. Towards a penalty area, miscued that one. England keeping the pressure on. Scott goes for goal. Felt she was caught there, she got her shot away.
Well, good ball recovery there from Georgia Stanway, who's set out already as the deepest lying midfield player. You can see what Serena's looking to do today, looking to get the ball up to Ellen White, to set back to midfielders, to play out wide to Mead or Paris.
Here is Badje. England to make it difficult for Spain to bring that ball out, but they do it so well. Putellas, another of her classy touches. Hermoso looking for the ball through the middle to Bonmati. Likes to make those breaks from midfield.
Well,
it's a midfield that you know well, Emma, in that game against Chelsea in that Champions League final.
I mean, she's such a good player. She really is. I mean, while Putellas is the midfielder with the best gift to put the ball into the box, Bonmati's the best dribbler.
Spain winning the ball back again in the England half. It's Garcia. Patry Guijarro, player of the match against Germany. Ivana. Guijarro, that's a clever ball into Bonmati. They work it wide here. Madonna. But well read by Jill Scott. She felt she was caught again. Looks to the referee. No decision for her. Again. Badje. Hermoso's made a good run, but there's Lucy Bronze. Paris. Can England get out this time, though?
For all the possession that Spain have, I think opponent is most vulnerable when Spain turn the ball over, and their high ball recovery, their counter pressing is so exceptional. It's where they create chances.
Trying to hold that ball up, couldn't do it that time. Ajay just calming things down for Spain to start again. So often over the years, Emma said about Spain that they will be good, technically good on the ball and everything else, but they don't harm you too much in behind. See if this Spain has the edge. I don't know. Got away. There was a little tug there from Greenwood.
Well, I think the hard task you have is, as you see with Bonmati dropping short, is it's not just Patry who's able to get on the ball in the deepest spaces, Bonmati too. But Hermoso's causing England all sorts of problems, just dropping into the half spaces.
Sia Garcia. Putellas. Maki Leon. Here's the nickname version of her start of her name. You see Maria on the back. Searching ball, and Hannah Hampton gets her hands on it. Be a settler for her. Her family moved to Spain incidentally when she was 5. Scouted by Villarreal. Played her in attack, but her career has ended up between the sticks. She bowls that out to Lucy Bronze, who was immediately pressurised by Sia Garcia.
Well, carrying on from the Canada game, this is England's biggest problem. You know, their ability to build out, turning it over far too cheaply.
Spain getting in each other's way there. Oh, Paris putting the foot in on Badier, and England looking to break away, but Rodriguez's position was excellent, flags up anyway.
A good 50-50 between Paris and Batier. Certainly looking for a foul, but Batier's made the second most tackles in the WSL. Very aggressive defender.
Sheila Garcia. The area of the pitch thing that might be able to get at the Spain side, a player in just her 4th cap, not in her usual position for her club. Is Ivana. Shoots so well, so many of the Barcelona players. Here's Lucia Garcia. Here's her athletic club, the Basque.
Well, England having to work so hard out of possession. Both Scott and Stanway have to stay central as much as possible, not get drawn too high in the game.
Patrick Guijarro sends it out to that side a bit too much on that, but I won't stop her playing those sort of passes. Patrick Guijarro, best player on the ball.
She recorded 96 passes against Germany. It's the most in this calendar year. She's an exceptional passer of the football.
Jordan Nobbs. What can England do here? Since they've probably got a player down actually at the moment. I think it's Daly. They'll put it out. Down to Palana, especially under this Spain press. Rachel Daly playing at left back at the moment.
Well, as I said before, you're most vulnerable against Spain the minute they turn the ball over. I think in this case, she does get clattered on the side of her face.
In the throat as well. Painful one. The situation actually in the game against Canada as well, got caught. And as you said, Emma, absolute fighter, Rachel Daly. But for Serena Wigman, 1-1 against Canada, the test she wanted. Fine first half from England in that particular game. What do you think it changed in the second half?
Well, I think the fact is, listen, it's a different game. You're playing a team like Canada, which is a little more similar to England. I think it changed because England struggled to build up. Once you play a high-pressing team, I think this is something Serena has to solve going forward. And you can see they're struggling even today with that same problem. The other, for me, is getting Lucy Bronze involved with the game, because Ellen White certainly needs her service in the game. but I think it's going to be difficult for her to get out because of the overloading down her side.
Okay, problem here for Daly as far as dental work is concerned. But England restored. Full number of players on the pitch. Daly returns, and Spain will return to their build-up play. Rodriguez, so much on that. She was put under pressure, the goalkeeper from Real Madrid.
But that's one thing I think England should do, is they press Spain on the backward balls like that. I think that's where you can force the turnover with them. And I think when they're in these areas, they're going to have to be patient.
And if you beat the press, this can happen. Nobbs. And it goes to Mead. And Mead sends it in. Decent ball played by Rodriguez.
Well, certainly good play from the Arsenal pairing. Nobbs making the underlapping run. I think White makes the decision to go front post here. There's a back post ball.
Bronze winning it back. Trying to charge forward. There was an outlet for England, and she'll take that corner.
Well, that's one thing England do need today. Even though she was in the game in the second half against Canada, she made 5 crosses, and I think that's the service Ellen White will need today.
One of England's best set-piece takers has gone across to take this one in Greenwood. What can England pose from this corner? Greenwood to take. John Scott in there. Just making sure things are right and proper in the penalty box.
Well, it has to be, because England have scored 13 goals from the last 11 games from set pieces. This is their strength.
To the near post. Greenwood keeping them guessing. Finally in from Greenwood. Teaser for Rodriguez to be rescued. The defensive header, and Apileon trying to run it out.
Well, that's interesting set up from Spain, and player marking everywhere, just one zonal player at the front post, so there's certainly mismatches, especially for Jill Scott.
England sent it in towards Scott. Break to a white shirt, will it here? Bronze battling, and Bronze penalised. She's unfortunate there.
Good spell of pressure from England, certainly got the crowd going. And I think when England are aggressive in these areas, again, I think this is something that's improved under Serena's leadership.
Ivana out to Sheila Gonzalez. Here's Mead. On the line to link up with Jordan Nobbs, 2 Arsenal players. On Mati. Jay. Carter, watchful, they mixed up there. Can England rescue the situation? Carter clears it. Bon Mati going for the chip, and England survive.
Miscommunication. You see Carter first to the ball. Clearly Hampton's called for it. I think Jess Carter does well just to get something on that.
Nervy moment for the young goalkeeper and the young defender.
But again, 0 build-up from England. Got to find a way to solve high presses.
It's the same, the Spain goalkeeper having the same problem.
Well, but as I mentioned before, I think once there is a backward ball towards their goalkeeper, that's, I think, a great opportunity for England to press.
Putellas put under pressure by Scots. Almost paid off for England. Stanway, now Bronze. Scott trying to turn. Putellas. It's Badge. Iharo, crunching challenge in there.
You know, real credit to England. They're working so hard off the ball. See how far Nobbs came across, how much work Paris is doing going backwards. It's a great effort.
Sorry, I mean, just to cut you, you can see on the back of the shirt there the name Patry. Spain tend to go for the first names. They're calling their players. Don't worry, not getting the names wrong. Here's Nobbs. Leon. Patry Iharo being pressurised there. And they've had a bit of joy in the last 5 minutes or so.
Well, that's where I think they've been smart. They're not allowing Patry any time on the ball. She pulls the strings. But it means Bonmati has to get more involved like she is here.
Worked it wide to Badge. Garcia. Hermoso. One of those with her surname on the back of her shirt. De Leon. Garcia. Driving down the line, and Bronze will see it out, just about. Lucy Bronze, whose last competitive game for England was in the World Cup.
Again, good doubling up. Paris supporting Bronze down this side. And 2v1, do a good job.
Lucy Bronze, FIFA's best of 2020. The Ballon d'Or wasn't held in that particular year. Putellas won both those prizes in 2021. Hannah Hampton and England deciding to build out from the goal kick, and then Greenwood goes long. Oh, that was a good one there for the tight marking on Mead.
The thing is, the way Spain are setting up to press is almost like Canada did the other day. And England are not brave enough to play through their fullbacks. And yes, Spain are setting the traps for those areas. But if they drop 1 or 2 yards, I still feel they could play out through Bronze and Daly.
Greenwood going long, and Paris trying to sneak in behind. Happy Leon taking no chances that time. Expect about 13,000 in Carrow Road for this one. So that's pretty much half full, and that's fabulous turnout considering the storms the last few days. Brilliant commitment. Well, here comes Putellas with a bit of space. That could spell a problem for England. Lucia Garcia. Putellas, there's the one-touch quality, and this is a problem, and there's the cover from Carter.
Oh, we're seeing Putellas' quality in the final third. It's a great combination down this left-hand side. I keep looking across, and Spain still short of bodies in the box.
And not to reference Harry Kane or anything like that in regards his striker taking your corners, but Hermoso does like to take the corners for Spain. Hermoso sends it there. England should easily clear, just got past the head of Putellas. Sheila Garcia to get past Paris. Paris sticking to task, but can't lose it there. No foul. And England get the blow of the whistle in the end.
You cannot hang on to the ball once you regain it in your defensive third. And while Paris has done a great job, this is where they are the world's best. And yes, they concede the foul, but so many times I've watched this team regain the ball, create chances from that.
Well, even at the moment, yes, as we've said so many times, such a test ahead of the European Championships. This could be the final. If they both win their group, obviously win the matches after that. Scott's trying to help it on, flags up. So nothing in the end.
Oh, Scott's done so well with them second ball recoveries every time they've gone forward. I think she's been in and around it to help support Ellen White.
Well, Nikita Paris involved in defence there. She's some brilliant news last night. Her older sister, Natasha Jones, becoming WBO world champion. Some good news in the family there. She become European champion in the summer. There's Ivana. It goes, and Amoso dropping off the front. And almost finding a way through. Bonmati making a run. Carter dealt with it. This bounce is awkward for England. Stanway. Bronze. It's just Carter. Stanway read it well. Turns. To launch an attack, but caught on the ball. Tree Iharo slides it. Bonmati. Bonmati to sell Greenwood there. England getting the bodies back. Cardona. Cardona whips it in. Hampton pushes it away. And Stanway, fortunately for England, in the right place. But England finding it difficult in that sort of area.
Well, that's where Stanway has to learn. 2 balls in a row. Turnover, holding on to it too long.
So Spain, top in possession stats. Creating too much so far, but I hope that will come with this pressure. So England just can't get out. Bronze, though, down the line. Sometimes that might just be the best option in this scenario.
Well, I think in those situations they are, especially with Ellen White willing to run the channels.
Ajay. Get it back from Putellas. Hermoso. Sia Garcia. Ajay. The carousel begins. Pileon. Putellas. Badie. It's not strange seeing a fullback there. You see the style of play. Badie leaving it. Putellas couldn't quite get it away, but then Nobbs loses it immediately. Pileon. Spain have England pinned in.
They do it so well. They suffocate you, make it so difficult.
Oh, almost that run inside from Cardona, one of the Real Madrid contingent.
That's what I don't think they do enough of. You know, those runs in between the centre-back and the full-back. You've seen on this side with Bronze and Carter. Carter's got the pace to cover those areas.
Jorge Vilda watching on, the man who's effectively revolutionised this Spain team. Now England want a booking for Badie here for the challenge on Mead. He's come across to the opposite wing here.
I certainly think going forward need to be more coming down both flanks, so smart move.
Now getting behind England here. Greenwood. And Daly turning away. Had to try that now. Can Ellen White hit goal side here? Rodriguez always high to cover that. Flags up again though. Ellen White, who scored against Spain in 2019. England's last home meeting against them when they won. England do have a winning record against Spain, but not this Spain. And we have to repeat that, of course, because this Spain revolution, it feels, since Jorge Vilda took over after one period of the same manager from 1988 to 2015, Jorge Vilda taking them to the next level and making them favourites for the Euros. Leon. Ivana. Now time on the ball. Looking for, I don't know who seems quick there, but Hampton comes out.
Well, that's the space I'm referring to. I think the one big difference between Barcelona and this Spanish team is the lack of, I think, top quality wide players. Caroline Hansen, Leaky Martins, Barcelona thrive in those areas. I think that's where Spain, you know, have to really find their next level.
Well, Hampton finding knobs into that position, but they're quick to press again.
I do think as the game wears on, England will try to play a little more out of the back. I can totally understand with this aggressive Spanish press why they're going longer.
Paris forcing a throw in there. Here's to Paris. No goals for her in the WSL since signing for Arsenal. Game time hasn't been easy to come by after they signed plenty of players in those forward areas. Now Spain, how will they build out under England's pressure? Triguijaro. Only back to the goalkeeper. Lisa Rodriguez. There's Bronze. Matty Leon is there. Proteas couldn't get away from Scott. Big tackle in there from Jill Scott, who has been doing that for a long time. Her debut back in 2006.
Well, I think she's done it really well today. It's been around the second ball. She's been prepared to put her body in the way. I think everybody wasn't sure if she was going to play as the deepest line player, but Stanway's got that role.
They wanted a free kick, they're not going to get it. And a lot of that looking towards the officials for a bit of assistance. Patrick Guijarro, scoop ball forward towards Hermoso. Carter tight to her. Stanway. Now Greenwood. Paris. Interesting tactical battle. So we saw in the game between England and Canada as well, the game between Spain and Germany. These are top-level sides. Just makes it so fascinating. Triguijaro, Nivana. And White trying to put the pressure on. Oh, Proteas, lovely touch. And it sets the tempo for Spain, it feels like. Badje just took a heavy touch herself. Now White will challenge from behind. Must be a free kick, and we're going to see a booking as well for Ivana. You can't make challenges like that.
I was wondering if she was going to give the free kick. It's a clear foul. Good aggression again for England to get the ball back, and the game plan is working in terms of getting the ball up to White, but beyond that, England have to find, I think, more, especially in the wide areas, if they're going to fashion many chances.
Absolutely. This is not Spain's first choice centre-back pairing. Pereira on the bench and Paredes out injured. It's Greenwood playing it in towards Stanway again. Spain quick to trigger that press there. Will England get out of this one? Bronze goes long, now White offside again.
Oh, nearly there. But that ball across to Bronze, that's where you can draw their midfield out. There's that clip ball in behind that's definitely on once you solve the initial press. Certainly see with Greenwood so far being really brave, wants to be on the ball, wants to play.
Pileon. Looking for Badje, and Bronze caught in two minds of who to mark there. Hermoso. Pressurising from Mead. Oh, Putellas didn't like that challenge. Never Mead the big stare. Hermoso. Putellas. Hermoso again, dropping off again. Putellas once more. Moving, shifting. And Patrick Guijarro, they've worked that nicely, just runs out of play, but we saw the little Barcelona combination there again, and why they're so smooth.
Yes, indeed, but really compact defending from England. They've made it difficult for Spain to get in behind them. And you can see with Patry, she wants to switch the ball to the far side, but England are not letting them settle on the ball, which is important.
Daly wants the assistant to move out the way for her throw-in. And Spain get it back. With Putellas out on the right side now. Looking for Hermoso. See what she was trying to do. Carter was sharp. Here's Paris. And Greenwood. Oh, the choice there again. He knows that the challenge, even when you do win it back.
Well, England have had to work so hard in the wide spaces, even the low spaces.
Hermoso in the rain. Putellas got that pass out to Hermoso. Here's Mappy Leon. England, everybody behind the ball. They won't be the only side like that. Sheer against Spain. And then they're inside, exchanging with Putellas. Treat Guijaro out to that right-hand side, Sheila Gonzalez. Or Garcia, I should say. Putellas. Carter away.
But that's where England have really struggled. When they do win the ball, bodies are really, really low because they're sat in a 4-4-1-1. They've got to do better at holding the ball up to allow players to get up.
Spain find a way through this England defence in their latest attack. Putellas. Bonmati. Guijaro out towards Badje. De Leon. Carter. No nonsense with that one. Seeing her at centre-half today.
I think the good thing with Jess Carter, she can play anywhere across the back four. That versatility, I think, will be useful for Wiegman going into the championship.
Hermoso. Putellas keeping that ball away from the England challenges and comes to nothing.
Spain certainly have to work hard to progress the ball up the pitch. You see Mappy Leon looking to create even more overloads down this left-hand side, but really good defending from England.
What about Jess Carter in that position?
I just think she's doing such a great job for Klarbang country. She's deserving of what's coming her way.
Now, England keeping the press on there. Rodriguez's kick. Can they keep it in on this side? They can. Meads, nicely done. Sends the cross in towards White. Not that far away from making a clean contact with that one, Ellen White. Daly keeping the pressure on here for England in a rare attack. Carter. Stanway. The turn. Gets it out to Mead. Plenty forward waiting for the cross, and Badje took a nick off her and into the arms of Misa Rodriguez.
Well, it's the first time we've seen England come down this right-hand side and give some service to Ellen White. This is what we come to expect from Beth Mead. Just slightly behind up, difficult angle, but it's got the crowd going again.
Well, when Spain conceded against Germany late on, that was the first time they conceded in 17 matches since a 1-0 defeat against the United States in March 2020, which was also Spain's last defeat. A tough side to beat, a tough side to score against, and that is their template. We hope will take them to the world title. Unfortunate to lose against the United States in 2019. 2 penalties. Seeing them knocked out in the last 16. That meant they didn't qualify for the Olympics. Here's Ivana. Turning and escaping Paris. Sheila Garcia. Bonmati. In goes Scott there again. get away from her. Oh, it's too much on that, perhaps. Just kept in. Garcia had so many chances against Germany now. Pass a little short, and Badje sheepishly runs away.
Well, Spain getting a little frustrated. Clear foul on Mead. But England have done so well on the backward ball.
And that's another question, of course. Do England have more depth than Spain? Difficult question to answer, as it were, but plenty of talent in England.
I think it's fair to say we have the best league in terms of competition, game in, game out, week in, week out.
Barcelona dominating their league. But to be fair, they're dominating the Champions League as well at the moment. Comfortably beat Arsenal in 2 games, top to group, with Hoffenheim in it as well.
I mean, there's no doubt there's a lot of similarities between the teams, but as I mentioned before, I don't see the same wing play that I see in the Barcelona team. And yes, they're stingy. Teams only get really 1 big chance a game. And you have to be clinical with it.
Trying to be, well, they're England with their pressing, really, at the right moments. As you said, Emma, they've done it, that side of it pretty well. Putellas, lovely touch to find Cardona, who keeps on going and picks the pass to Garcia. Drop of the shoulder, curler, and Hampton behind it.
Well, certainly all the play for Spain has been down this left-hand side. Not for the first time. Garcia, Cardona, players that creating most opportunities for Spain.
Hampton going long. Now Paris, can she get there? But Sheila Garcia is quick as well, being a winger herself. But Nikita Paris never leaves the opposition alone. Such a committed player.
Well, I think we have to look at England's bench. I mean, at 0-0, it's been a brilliant defensive performance from England. I think if they want to create more going forward, I look at some of those players on the bench to come into the game.
Well, they can make 6 substitutions, England, 3 intervals, so expect to see a lot of that bench in the second half. And that's the one thing, maybe the game just fell away from Spain a little bit when they made all their changes. They're playing that ball forward, just going to run away. But that will be a big part in the second half. We could see what we saw in the Canada game, completely different picture in the second half after all those substitutions.
Well, I don't think Spain are playing their best football in this tournament. What I would say is that England have put together a team with 8 changes from their first game, and they've done a really good job, especially defensively. I think to the next level, going forward, we have to improve.
Yeah, 9 changes from England for this game. And Spain get a goal before half-time. Mati to Garcia. White shirts flood back, though. Badje. Patri Guijaro, for once dispossessed, but even when you do that, you have to be better than that. Spain are quick to try and get it back off you immediately. The best sides do in men's game as well. Leon looking for that switch pass across. And it's just going to run away there. But England and Spain meeting for the 15th time, and England with that winning record, 6 wins over Spain, and no country has beaten Spain more often than England, along with France and the United States. So they know how to beat them. But as I've said already, this is a Spain improving, getting better. Beat Scotland in a qualifier 8-0 in their last competitive game. Now, Paris. De Leon, strong defender. He felt that should have been thrown to Spain. A nice smile. So, Not to tempt fate at all, but it looks like England have done well enough in this first half.
Absolutely, I think their depth is showing their qualities defensively against the top team. I think the way England have set up have made it difficult for Spain to dominate the central areas in exactly the way they want to.
Stanway. Carter. Out to Bronze. Able to see too much of the attacking threat of Lucy Bronze in this game. Tries to drive on now. That's a decent pass into Scott. And then they'll look for Bronze again. Can't quite work it. He tried to force the issue down that right-hand side.
I think Bronze is still building her fitness after being out for some time.
This big challenge is flying in now. The end of the half. Bronze putting pressure on Spain. Putellas losing the ball. Mead inside. Nobbs helping it on. Probably a bit rushed in the end. Spain were stretched.
I think that's the thing I'm most critical about with England. Just lack of composure in the final third. They're doing so many things well.
Yeah, one more minute, at the very least. Padgett. Sia. Ivana. So just like Spain's opening game, didn't created too much. But Ivana looking for the ball over the top, and Hampton read that one easily enough to her arms. No real troubles for her, bar that mix up with Jess Carter. Here's Stanway. Greenwood across. Now Daly. Nobbs goes back. Greenwood. Now Carter. Up to the minute played. We don't want to take any chances. See just before half-time. There is the half-time whistle. As expected, Spain dominating the ball. But England, there's much changed. England's side have done enough to keep them out, restricted their chances, and posed enough of a threat to suggest this game could go either way in the second half. A debut for Hannah Hampton, untroubled really, overall. But the main headline is that neither side has scored. Half-time at Carrow Road. It's England 0, Spain 0.
Wishing the following fans a happy birthday from your friends, family, and all of us here at Carrow Road, and that's Sapphire Secca. Happy 12th birthday. Philip Washington, happy 85th birthday. Ashley Wicks, happy 13th birthday. We hope you all have an enjoyable day.
Jordan Nobbs is going to get the ball back again here and help it. Towards a penalty area, miscued that one. England keeping the pressure on. Scott goes for goal. Felt she was caught there, she got her shot away. behind Cardona, who keeps on going and picks the pass to Garcia. Drop of the shoulder, curler, and Hampton behind it. A great reception for Lauren Hemp in her home county. The girl who started playing for North Walsham Youth for a short stint at Norwich City. And she is on for Nikita Paris. So one change from England and one change from Spain. Ina Del Castillo, a Real Madrid forward, coming on. Cardona making way, a Real Madrid teammate. So Spain underway. Emma, are you expecting any change from those changes?
Well, I was critical of Spain's wide players. Del Castillo is a fantastic player, and I think with Caldente, who is not playing today, they for me are the top two players for them in those positions, so I think she'll bring something to Spain. Equally, Hemp coming in, we all know this is her home territory.
Oh, the pressure from England might pay off here. It's Hemp! Oh, couldn't have come closer. What an impact that would have been just seconds after coming on.
I think the stadium would have exploded. Just the player England needed. She will bring so much to their attack going forward.
So close. Spain themselves scored straight after half-time against Germany. Almost got a taste of their own medicine there. Garcia works so hard in the game against Canada in her pressing, her trucking back off the ball work. Fantastic performance from her in the first half. Spain giving it away, almost couldn't squeeze it through. A bit shaky start to the second half from Spain. I'd love to knock them out of their rhythm. They're so good in their rhythm normally.
Well, like I said, going forward on the left-hand side, England will have a different dimension. But I think Spain will too down their left-hand side.
High foot from Jill Scott. Straighted. Well, she didn't mean it there. Cap 155 for Jill Scott today. Still the rain comes down on Carrow Road. Buteas. Been stuck with that midfield three till the middle of the second half against Germany. There's Buteas trying to get round Scott. We're trying to crowd round her there. And there was a late challenge, and the referee's going to bring a card out here for Beth Mead.
Well, I don't know, because I haven't seen the replay. It looked a little late. But you can see Spain looking at Mappy Leon, their left-sided centre-back, to be the playmaker for them. It's a foul, but I don't know about a yellow card. And I didn't feel in the first half that Patri Guijarro dominated and dictated the way she did against Germany. So Mappy Leon will have to do a lot of that on that left-hand side.
The Barcelona centre-back is going to take this free kick. England have everybody back. Leon sends it in. Hermoso looking to steal in. Nirvana taking the shot. And it was blocked in there by Greenwood. It's up spinning behind.
Well, it's a great ball. Mappy Leon showing her qualities on the dead ball. And while England win it in the first phase, not good enough around the second phases.
Greenwood close to that, and I think it hit Hermoso in the end, hence the goal kick. England trying to pass out. That's what Spain want to see, so they can press and win it like that. Puteas. Bonmati. Quickly, the cover from Jordan Nobbs. Another long-time serving in this England team.
I think if England are going to build out the use of their fullbacks, they have to come really, really low. Invite the press. And look for different options other than just up the line.
Bonmati forced back. Zivana. Leon. Here's Del Castillo. Carrying that ball inside, that sharp play, looking to link up, and she still has it. Worked it well as well. Let's hear Garcia. And a big challenge in there from Rachel Daly, who can bring it away now for England. And they do have numbers forward here. Stanway. Neat. Classy touch. Now can Ellen White get to this? Oh, the leg came out from Mappy Leon. Fantastic tackle and had to get it right.
Well, it really was perfectly timed from Mappy Leon. I thought originally the ball was going straight out wide to Bronze, and I think that's why Ellen White was a little slow. She didn't quite expect it.
England threatened in this second half. Here comes Spain. Feels like we're going to have quite the second half here. Hampton finds Stanway, nice pass. Knox wanted the ball played over the top. Didn't come to her. Greenwood into Knobs, just bounced up and away from her.
Well, you've seen already Del Castillo looking to come inside. They're a fabulous wide player. Surprised not to see her starting.
She wasn't even in the squad really, initially named. Caldente, the injury to Marina Caldente. For Spain to call her up. Badge. Del Castillo's already shown her intention to carry the ball and play it back inside. That surprised Badge actually in the end. But already making a difference, Del Castillo, as you said, Emma.
Yeah, well, you can see he's a bit more end product. She's prepared to drive at Lucy Bronze, find that little slip pass. That's where Putellas likes to be.
Bring it on, Del Castillo, back it goes. Hermoso, they're linking up now. Del Castillo looks a danger, plays it in. Putellas had made a run into the penalty area. And this game has introduced two top quality wide players, and it feels like it's given it a spark.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said before, if Caldente played as well, I think England would have had more problems. But this is brilliant from Lauren Hemp. Lovely first and second touch just to get it out of her feet. Looks to curl it into the bottom corner.
So close. We know that Hemp hasn't really had the luck in terms of scoring goals for England. All 4 of her goals came in that 20-0 victory against Latvia last time out. But before that, she was hitting posts and crossbars and chances. It just wouldn't run for her. And another one there.
It's the part of her game she needs to improve on. For the amount of chances she gets, there's got to be more end product. But she's young. She's so talented.
Yeah, Lauren Hemp, 21 years of age. Firm fixture in England's best side. It's Mappy Leon. Bronze. Good foot in from her, and Knobs making the break. And she's found. And here is the chance for Knobs. Can she go all the way? Drags it wide. It almost paid off there.
Well, it's a great run from deep from Jordan Knobs. I thought this is what Germany did so well. That deep run from midfield. Almost had too much time. I think the first touch killed her. She was just looking for the right opportunity, but it's far too wide.
Well, Jordan Knobs didn't get involved in the game against Canada at Middlesbrough, place where she spent her youth. Daly, who does such a great servant for England, plays in forward areas for her club in America, but right back and now left back tonight. Scott and Knobs. She can drive forward here. Hemp. First time ball goes in. Mappy Leon away. Daly. Stanway lining one up. And Rodriguez watched it all the way.
Well, there was nothing else in Georgia Stanway's mind. She does this so well. High ball regains from England. I've seen Stanway do this so much for a club team.
Hermoso. Del Castillo. Looking to take on Lucy Bronze. All his best right backs has been turned by Del Castillo. Fine play towards Putellas, and Carter gives it away in the end.
Well, I did say in the beginning of the second half that a top player was coming in to the game, and I felt that was the area they needed to improve most, this Spanish team.
So direct. Hermoso. Carter gets it away. Cecilia Garcia, but Hemp nicks in there. Ivana squeezed out there by Patrick Guijarro. This is an open second half. Team will be pretty unlucky if we don't see a goal here. Hermoso, Putellas, sharp turn. Get the bodies back. Here is Putellas, but not too many turns there. And England win it back.
Well, that's what happens when you're compact. You can back press like Jordan Nobbs just did.
And Nobbs determined already in this second half with a real impact. Right first half on the ball, but visible by her actions in this second half, that's for sure.
Yeah, much like the Jordan Nobbs of old, certainly started the half really well.
Badie, Hermoso, Leon to Hermoso, that support touch. Scott, the whistle's gone here. Scott looking around saying, what did I do? I think it was Scott that was the issue. Mappy Leon. Del Castillo. The ball just brushed the referee there. Not much of a brush, but enough to stop the game.
What England have done so well today is they've made it difficult for Spain to switch the pitch. And by leaving Jordan Nobbs almost sat on Patrick Guijarro, they've been unable to do it. Been forced to go down one side and stay down that side.
Here comes Spain. And the cover challenge there from Mead. Ivana, back it goes. Rodriguez. So far we've flown towards the hour mark already. Here's Hermoso. On the line, she's going to run away. Bronze should cover here. Hampton, the young goalkeeper, growing in confidence. This game so far. Carter to Hampton. Scott helping it on. She's going to run away here to Badie. Leon. Leon again, the centre-back, sees plenty of the ball in the build-up this particular game. Putellas, Hermoso. Short combinations. Badie. Hermoso inside to Putellas. Little bit of space for her to operate. Badie. The break is to Del Castillo. Is this going to loop up? It will break to Cecilia Garcia, and she's dragged that wide. What a big chance that is. She couldn't take it.
Huge chance for Spain. And the first time we'd seen the link up with Hermoso and Putellas down the left-hand side. A little bit fortunate for the ball to come into those areas, but Garcia has to do better.
Well, Garcia going close there. And we mentioned 13,000. Actually, the crowd is larger. 14,284 the attendance for this game. Fine turnout at Carrow Road. Not as high as it will be at the Camp Nou in March. 85,000 will be there for the Champions League knockout game between Barcelona and Real Madrid, which will break all records for a women's club match. Here's Mapileo. Mati. That's by Greenwood. Spain about to make another change. We see one of that midfield three taken off. Hermoso. Badje. Badje again. To carry it forward, England getting the tackles in. Spain keeping this move going. Sheila Garcia, but there's him. Helped out there by Lucia Garcia.
Well, Spain looking to progress down that left-hand side with Battier a little bit higher. At times they've got double width.
Gone for the switch here. Del Castillo takes it down beautifully. Carrying the ball so well. Hermoso. To even get those bodies back. Putellas. Hermoso. Now this is the moment. Putellas. Big challenge in. And then the shot over from Badje.
Well, what an impact the sub Del Castillo is making in the game. She's sitting in between Lucy Bronze and Jess Carter, and as a result of that, with Battier playing higher, England struggling to deal with that, and Hermoso and Putellas on that side of the pitch.
Well, Spain have taken off Ona Badje and Olga Carmona, another Real Madrid player. A lot more Real Madrid players on the pitch for this game now. And England's change sees Leah Williamson take the captain's armband. And on for Jill Scott. It's a double change, in fact, for England. Jordan Nobbs, for her impactful moments, she's going to make way. And England have their double pivot.
I'm not surprised by that. Spain just getting on top, I think, in those areas. But also for Spain, coming on a left-back that loves to bomb forward. So like for like on that side of the pitch.
Kira Walsh-on in that midfield. So we won't see Stanway in that deep area anymore. Williamson touches heavy. There's the pressure from Spain. Putellas, little ball inside. Bonmati, they're working it and shifting it, and the shot from the player of the second half, Del Castillo, but Hampton got there.
As I mentioned, Del Castillo sometimes playing as a false nine. It's Hermoso that's gone outside of the pitch. And Hampton showing her composure.
I think the Barcelona players will be keeping an eye on Del Castillo for their matchup in the Champions League. Helped on by White.
Well, what lovely options for England to be able to bring in players like Williamson and Walsh into the game. I think Stanway's had a solid game too, but this is a more natural position for her.
So England getting closer to what we probably feel is going to be their team, their first team going forward. It's going to be that midfield structure. Who plays ahead of Walsh and Williamson is another matter.
I think we don't talk enough about the qualities of Alex Greenwood in possession. You know, that combination, Walsh to Greenwood and vice versa, I think opens up a lot for England.
Cover there, Carmona. Still have that midfield three. Here's Lucia Garcia. Hermoso. And Lucia Garcia, what a pass from Hermoso. Carter across. Carter gets the ball.
That's what Carter does so well. Just caught a little bit Alex Greenwood. It's a wonderful pass in behind from Hermoso.
Lucia Garcia, Hermoso. challenge across. England feel that should have been their ball, actually.
The game's starting to open up just a little.
See who that suits more. Ivan. Leon. And allowing her to progress the ball forward. Point to the second half approaching. Here's Hermosa. On Mati trying to play it inside. Oh, the challenge in there from Stanway. She's going to get a booking for that. That was a painful one for Patrick Guijarro. Being held to her feet. I don't think she wants to get to her feet, to be honest.
Well, the combinations we've come so used to seeing for Spain have been coming off the last 10-15 minutes. This lovely little link up between Guijarro and Bonmati. Definite yellow.
Georgia Stanway has been sent off this season for her club, the Manchester derby. Mati Leon. It's a free kick for Spain. We await the breakthrough. This third game in the Arnold Clark Cup. Another tight affair between these two countries. Mati Leon. That's a decent ball. Just gets away though. Hampton has held on to most things.
Well, I think England set up really well. Putellas is normally the target player, but Spain looking to target the central zone against England.
Well, that should be a free kick to England. Mead got caught. She stayed down after that one. Fell on her.
Yeah, painful one. I think the ref is going to have a tough job for the last 20 minutes.
It won't be the end to the substitutions. And the rain really blowing around the pitch as well. There's Serena Vigman, that's what she thinks about the weather. A little bit cold.
She looks absolutely freezing.
Jorge Vilda's had that collar right up the whole game. Played forward. Spain will just clear it. This might work out for them. Lucia Garcia chasing after that ball, but couldn't quite get there. Well, these games have really played out as we thought or hoped they might. Not much between the sides in all the games. But that's lost by Stanway. Putellas. Guijarro in towards Hermoso. Barcelona players moving the ball well together. So many games together for club and country. Putellas looking for Bonmati.
Well, Putellas has grown into the game second half. Been instrumental in everything they're doing in the middle of the park.
Walsh. One of her trademark long passes. Finds Mead. Bronze is up with her. Bronze clips it in. The best ball in the end. Here's Walsh keeping that pressure on. Bronze helping it out to Mead. Couldn't get it back. Final pass not there for England. Here's Walsh. His passing is already on point. Williamson.
And not for the first time, England pass when they should dribble and drive when they should pass.
Williamson trying to slip that one through to Stanway. Putellas. Guijarro.
Definitely the last pass for England. I think that they've lacked that all afternoon.
Definitely still frustrated on that particular attack. Because of course, when Spain do get going in possession, you think, all right, we've got to wait a while before we get it back again. Ivana. Looking for an option. Not really there, but she found Putellas nicely. Carmona. Another winger playing at fullback for Spain. Patrick Guijarro, no, that one doesn't hit its mark.
Same could be said for Spain. In the amount of times you've seen Putellas and Patrick Guijarro get out of situations and then either overhit the pass or underhit it.
Oh, that's a risky pass from Hampton, but Daly helped it on nicely. And then it breaks down. Getting themselves in promising positions. Ivana slipping, and here's Hempt looking to pick the pass, and she has. It's White. The challenge got back. There enough. And England again, just spurning an opportunity.
Oh, very close. Brilliant pass from Hempt. That was perfectly timed. And even if England were a little fortunate, great regain from Lauren Hempt. Perfectly weighted pass, good first touch, but it gets stuck a little under her feet.
Goal opened up there for Ellen White. Del Castillo, off she goes. Drives inside once more and gets it out to Lucia Garcia. Couldn't take it in her stride, just lost it, but Del Castillo impactful in this second half, just like him.
Now, what a pleasure to watch. She really is. I could see her growing into this shirt. And like I mentioned before, Caldente, who's not playing, excellent options for Spain.
Oh, Mead does get the free kick eventually, took a while. And that allows England to make their next change. And it's Fran Kirby. Chelsea's Fran Kirby on for Beth Mead. This will be interesting to see how England change it. How will Kirby go in this system? No goal for Beth Mead today. What about for Fran Kirby in these closing stages, Emma?
I'd love to see her central, but she's on the pitch and she's a player that's capable of that final pass.
Bronze. Get past first player with a cross. Lucy Bronze, she said in the first half, just working her way back from a long time out injured. Came off the bench against Canada. Racking up some minutes here though for England. Kirby. Greenwood. To get it back towards Bronze, who has been able to get forward a little bit more in this second half.
I think if she can in the last 20 minutes, it will allow Kirby to come inside slightly. They've got the added protection of Williamson and Walsh behind the ball, so I wonder if England will commit.
England on the attack. Bronze driving forward right out of the room. Nappy Leon just leaves it enough for a goalkeeper. This game deserves a goal. It really does. As it's been an excellent watch without a goal. Ivana. Mati just quietly was about her business on the side. And Garcia. And also in goes Greenwood defending well.
What I've been impressed with of England's midfield defending is they're not being dragged out of position. So often Spain want to open up what I call the inner corridor channel, and England have defended it so well.
Working hard not to be turned. Lucia Garcia, that's a good pass on Mati. Carrying it and going on, and that's going to be a goal kick. Didn't quite work out for Bon Mati, one of the players who scored Champions League final for Barcelona. They're going to bring another winger on here. Seregi from Real Sociedad comes on for Lucia Garcia. Seregi started the game against Germany. She's stationed out on the right-hand side, and that's exactly where she's going to go now. Tough in the cheeks from Lucia Garcia. Probably could have had 3 goals in this tournament so far with her chances.
Certainly had one of the best chances today.
Chigiharo, strong header. Fell awkwardly though. Concern for Spain. She's got to her feet. Moving doing too well. Carter. Greenwood. Walsh. Daly. Brave, aggressive play from England. Stanway. Greenwood, one thought in her mind to spread the play, and Bronze wins the header. How can Kirby get to this? The answer's yes. Williamson inside. Getting the bodies back though. Greenwood. Loose pass. A bit more promise from England in attack in the second half.
There's a slight change in what they're doing. They push Lucy Bronze much higher, so that means in the build-up, Williamson might drop into the full-back spaces to get on the ball, so that it allows Fran Kirby to be the second striker alongside Ellen White.
It's encouraging to see tactical plans from Serena Wigman for this England side in their first true tests under stewardship. Bronze towards Stanway, just going to run away there.
Also been impressed with Mappy Leon defensively. You know, considering they're missing Paredes, I think she's done a good job.
She was actually in the squad of the tournament for the Champions League last season. Paredes signed for Barcelona from PSG. Not replace her, but supplement an excellent Barcelona defence. Here's Bronze. Carter. Greenwood inside, nice play off from White. Walsh, England walking the ball well here. Bronze, still Bronze, sends it in. Will it find Hemp? Good header in there from Sheila Garcia. Sariegi can bring it away.
Well, that was a classic Man City pattern. Greenwood up to Ellen White, back to Kira Walsh, and then the ball out wide.
It goes Del Castillo. Support Carmona, who sends it in, and Carter in the right place again. Margin for Jess Carter in this game. Kirby, tug on her shirt. She got it to Ellen White, and that'll be a free kick to England.
I think Ellen White's done a great job holding the ball up for the team, showing the right moments, used her experience. She's had to do a lot by herself, done it so well.
No doubt she is the main woman up front for England. Expect her to be at this Euros. Greenwood for the run of White. Trigiharo. That's a nice ball into Putellas to get goal side of Williamson. Picked up by Bronze. Kirby to Bronze. Carter. Hampton away. Patrick Harrow. Side to Bonmati. Leon. Hermoso. Mati. Tana Bonmati. Spain working out. Sariegi. Putellas. Little drop of the shoulder. Hermoso, it's tight. Squeezes the shot away. But Hampton read that one. That's
probably one of the first time I'd seen the double switches from Spain in the second half. Really patient play, and Hermoso on the edge of the box. Lovely pivot, but comfortable for Hampton on her debut. Certainly showing she belongs at this level.
What's still great to see is that Spain is keeping out that midfield of theirs, and Hermoso is still playing as well. They'll take it off a little earlier against Germany. Maybe they just don't want to concede the game to England from this position. That's for sure. Stanway staying on, but not for much longer, because Ella Toone, Manchester United, will come on in that role behind the front.
Well, I think really strong performance from Georgia Stanway, playing a role maybe not accustomed to. But I certainly think she could grow into that and play anywhere in the midfield. But what a talent coming on. Really think she's got a huge future for England.
So, England getting more and more of the big guns out, more and more of the side. I think may start the European game of the Euros on the pitch. Greenwood pumps it forward, breaks out to 2. 10, Bronze. Wants to turn because England have so many players forward here. Bronze does well, helps it in, helps in there. Big punch from Lisa Rodriguez. Greenwood looking towards Bronze again. Good in the air, Bronze, but couldn't work it back.
Oh, certainly what we've come to expect from Lucy Bronze. I'm sure with more and more games you'll see more of this from her. It's lovely play to get in between. What you can't see on that picture is a cutback option as well as the deep ball.
Spain get it back, and these two nations have met in recent times. It's always been close. Putellas, who scored the winner in She Believes Cup in 2020. England won the meeting before that. Rodriguez. Her Real Madrid teammate Ivana. To Barcelona's Aitana Bonmati. Patrick Guijarro. Head up, looking to sweep that one behind Bronze, and she's found her target. Del Castillo. This is promising for Spain. Del Castillo, lovely. Pulled it back, nobody was there, but almost sat down Lucy Bronze.
Oh, what lovely feed from Del Castillo. And that's the problem if you don't get pressure on Patrick Guijarro in the deepest spaces. She sprays a wonderful ball deep out into the left-hand side. Just decision making. She does everything else right.
And the attendance announced to the crowd, who appreciate that. Would love to have a goal on either side. They've seen top-class play in this game. A little tactical treat as well. Putellas. Sheila Garcia. Hermoso. Guijarro. One goal would win it from here. Who will it go to? That's a tricky one to predict. Walsh. England looked pretty good in this second half, and the Carter's pass goes out of play. Kirby. We've enjoyed this match so far. There's another one to come this evening. Canada against Germany. Don't miss that one, 8:15 on ITV4. And then next week, the final round of games, starting with Spain against Canada from 2 p.m. and then England play Germany in the evening. But at the moment, we're looking at another draw here. It's going to be tough to see or predict who's going to win this competition. Here's Hermoso. Still time for a winner. Putellas. Trying to help that round. Now Del Castillo tearing after that, and she kept it in as well. That's brilliant work again.
I mean, Spain just need to keep getting the ball out into that area of the pitch. What an impact from the sub. And it's really difficult to call a player of the match today. Del Castillo, in terms of the impact she's made in the second half, has been exceptional.
Spain corner, late on. Didn't just get that away. Garcia inside, gets it back. Is there a winner in this game? That's a tricky one for Hampton. Maybe it isn't. She took that one in.
Oh, great composure from the youngster.
And look at that ball just pinged out to Hemp. And Hemp easily past one. And wide it goes, numbers in attack. Toon trying to play it in. And Mappy Leon, her positioning has been fantastic as well.
She's been exceptional at the back for Spain.
England work it wide. Bronze, plenty forward here. And the ball in towards them. Near post, Kirby. Oh, and the shot not hit cleanly at all by Toon.
Well, really good play from England. Strong finish. Certainly helped for Lucy Bronze bombing forward. It's a brilliant ball to the front post. And I don't know why Fran Kirby did not shoot.
Well, Spain are going to make a final, possibly a final change. Mr. Gonzalez, and they've really given this game to Real Madrid. Hermoso goes off. Mr. Gonzalez will come on.
Well, certainly shown her qualities. It's always interesting to watch her play because she doesn't play as a traditional 9. Floats all over the pitch, creating problems.
Here's Mappy Leon. This game could go either way. Del Castillo, nice touch inside. There's Del Castillo again. Giving Lucy Bronze a torrid time when she's gone on the ball. Spain keeping that pressure on. They want to try and win this here. Toon. Losing out there. Del Castillo almost got hold of that. Triguijaro. Been so easy for her today. Then Bronze putting a foot in. Triguijaro isn't sure about an option there for once. Here's Ivana. Mr. Gonzalez wanted that ball over the top. There's lots of Real Madrid link-ups on this pitch now at the moment. Here's Bonmati. Tejas still in the game. Barcelona midfield 3 still on the pitch. Bonmati probing. Tejas. Class play to just move it on. Del Castillo goes on! Oh. Almost announcing herself again.
Well, I think Spain heard me criticise their wing play at half-time because what a second half Del Castillo has had. And while I think Lucy Bronze has been good going forward, defensively she's had her work cut out.
Well, I'll tell you what, who is your player of the match?
I'm going to give it to her for the impact she's made the second half. Look, I think across the board, Hampton, clean sheet on her debut. I think Ellen White has led the line well, and I think both Carter and Greenwood have been exceptional. But I'm going to give it to the sub.
It's really eye-catching second half display. Hasn't led to a goal yet. How much time will we see added on here? This big crowd that's turned out for this one. We'll have something to cheer in this game. From either side, really. It's been the level. Bonmati. Nibbling, turning. Ferrier gives it away. Daly. Williamson. Now Hemp. Drifting inside and away from tackle after tackle. Proteas with the foul, no complaints from her. Even when you think she might have lost the ball, she doesn't.
I don't think I'm going to be too popular with that.
4 minutes added on. So, they're running out of time here for a winner, but Alex Greenwood can put in a good delivery. Will this be one of them? Spain, everybody back. Serena Wigman, right smile, hopeful that England can nick it late on here. Greenwood, and it goes, and Daly's free. Spain wanted a free kick in there, and they'll bring it away. Ramona. Gonzalez, or England a bit stretched here all of a sudden. Spain flooding shirts forward. Carter got something on that, but not enough of it. Del Castillo! And, there is Hampton, right at the death.
What a counter-attack. I thought Del Castillo was going to nick it at the death. Flicked on from Jess Carter. She does so well, but Hampton, what a debut. Stands firmly behind it, even the mild deflection.
Del Castillo, only 8 caps at the moment for Spain. It's safe to say that the 21-year-old's going to have a long more as well. Got a 21-year-old in Hemp, 21-year-old in Hampton, 21-year-old in Del Castillo. It's an exciting future. It's national level.
I think for Spain to be real contenders this summer, they need players like Del Castillo and, as I mentioned before, Caldente to just add to their qualities going forward.
Hansen and Mika Martins, impactful players for Barcelona from those areas. The Norwegian, the Dutchman as well. There's the challenge from him. The defensive duty so well. Only a couple of minutes left here. We've had 2 1-1s in the opening round of matches. Looking at 0-0 here. Sheila Garcia skips inside Kirby. Sariegi. Gonzalez. Bonmati. Bonmati drifting inside, sending in the cross. Well dealt with by Bronze. Helped on by 2, but only as far as Esther Gonzalez. Chigihara, Bonmati. Been working hard.
Well, what a second half she's had. Bonmati really come into the game second half.
Proteas, Garcia sends it in, away by Greenwood. Strong performance from her as well. Lots of standout performances in this game. Daly away. Now Toon. Touch though, gave it straight back to Spain. Mati. Last 30 seconds.
A really entertaining 0-0 game, must be said. Lots to learn for both teams. I think England's shown how well they are progressing without the ball and how good they're becoming defensively.
This might be the last attack. Chigihara. Spain stretching it. Bronze caught in 2 minds. Mona strikes Bronze with that one. So a stalemate, but certainly not a stale game. A really engaging contest between these 2 sides, top-level sides as well in world football, that's for sure. England certainly had their chances. Lauren Hemp hitting the post, but Spain also creating chances as well. Neither side could find a way through, though. So it ends England 0, Spain 0, and all the analysis after the break.